It's an energy created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together.
In the ever-evolving narrative of the Star Wars saga, the Force has consistently served as a mystical nexus that binds individuals and events across various dimensions. It's a mysterious force that goes beyond just good and bad. In the Star Wars Rebels TV show, we meet a new place at the time called the World Between Worlds, one that is now being introduced in Ahsoka 2, and a one that a certain Emperor is desperate to reach at that time. This place lets us see how everything in the Star Wars universe is connected, like a giant web that ties all events and people together in ways that we never imagined before. But how does this introduction change the story that we know? What questions does it bring up? What new paths does it open for the story to go? Even some that maybe we believed were set in stone. Let's look at this today. In the animated series Star Wars Rebels, the World Between Worlds is introduced to us all. It transcends the Star Wars universe's customary bounds of time and space. This area acts as a hub where significant moments from the past, present, and future are accessible through special doorways, depicted as pathways suspended in a starry space. With this aligning with the core theme of the Force, a mystical power that binds all living things across different eras. But I feel pretty sure if you're here, you know what the Force kind of is. Here, the intricate pathways facilitate movement between pivotal events in the Star Wars narrative. This serene and celestial space, resembling a starry night sky that goes on forever, houses gateways that allows glimpses or interactions with various moments in time, offering a unique perspective or the opportunity to influence the unfolding events. But whether that is a good idea or not is an entirely different thought. The World Between Worlds magnifies the mystical aspects of the Force, offering a non-linear exploration of time and fostering deep contemplation on destiny, the repercussions of altering events, and the moral responsibilities entailed with such power. It essentially introduces a form of time travel in the Star Wars universe, reshaping narratives and broadening our understanding of the Force's capabilities. Is this for better or worse? That really is a good question, and one I don't know if there is a definitive answer. But if we look at it as it was used in Rebels, it does become a pivotal point in the series, as of course it would. This is where we see Ezra Bridger encounter significant plot points, for example, the obvious one being the death of Kanan, his master. But we will come back to that in a moment, as if we quickly look at the Secrets of the Sith book, Darth Sidious describes the world like this. This mystical realm connects all of time and space, creating a conduit between the living and the dead. Those who control this plane would possess mastery over all of existence, but gaining access has proved an unexpected challenge. With a character like Sidious believing it to be so important, it really shows the power that could be gained by having access to this place.
Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka Tano, mine at last.
In Rebels, the World Between Worlds is discovered in a pivotal episode in the final season, and this is where Ezra Bridger discovers it on his home world of Lothal. With his Force powers, Ezra activates the Lothwolf inscriptions that are on the Jedi Temple of the Mortis Gods, which, if you missed my video on the Mortis Gods, please go and check that out. But anyway, this then creates a portal, and Ezra enters into the world this way. This significant moment fosters Ezra's growth. He has found access to something the Emperor has been struggling to do. However, it also adds a potential can of worms to the entire Star Wars narrative. It very much does what time travel or the multiverse theory does to a lot of TV and film these days. It makes you reevaluate the fate and destiny of any character within the entire franchise. Is this now a way to bring anyone back, save anyone at any time? Maybe. The World Between Worlds is a realm not only of wonder but also of inherent danger because of this. The ability to alter events across time possesses serious moral and ethical dilemmas, centering around the themes of responsibility and the potential repercussions of interfering with the natural course of events. It serves as a trial for Ezra, forcing him to weigh the temptation of modifying personal tragedies, like with Kanan, against the possible adverse effects of the galaxy's timeline. When he enters the world, he does save Ahsoka, but when it comes to saving Kanan, Ahsoka makes him see that a change like this may have awful knock-on effects. Kanan died to save them all. If he doesn't do that because you save him, what happens then? Ezra, if anything, got lucky with Ahsoka in that way, because saving her didn't directly change anything else in that moment. So, this space also facilitates deep philosophical explorations on the implications of manipulating time. It underscores the enormous responsibility and potentially catastrophic outcomes that come with such power, blurring the lines between good and evil. Something that may appear good to you may cause a greater evil if you follow through with it. Almost, it's like giving you the power of a god, the power of life and death, a power that no person should possess. It presents a complex narrative landscape where characters face difficult decisions that challenge their notions of right and wrong. Is it right to save Kanan now if it kills another version of you? Will that affect you now? Will that affect the you in the now? Or is that a different timeline completely? And does that then make it okay that you've led these people in a different timeline to a horrific ending? A bit of a headache, I'll give you that. So this episode from Rebels is really the one that sets a notable mark in the series, stepping into new areas of the Force and making philosophical and moral sides of Star Wars universe even broader. It gives more layers to the story of Ezra Bridger, making him someone who is at the center of many potential paths, moving through the complex network of time with the chance to influence the future of the galaxies in ways that we just have never seen before.
I'm asking you to let go.
This edition challenges traditional storytelling frameworks, leaving potential alterations possible of crucial moments in the series as a whole, not just in Rebels. Why not save Qui-Gon? Anakin? Reveal Palpatine for who he truly is? It could change so much. This innovation offers a wealth of new storytelling possibilities though, leading us to having so many what-if type moments. Obviously, this development has stirred debate as it could significantly alter well-known events and characters in the Star Wars saga. I mean, there are definitely times of lazy writing in Star Wars.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
That being the obvious one, but also in the background now, that can just be answered fairly simply with the world between worlds, if you really wanted an answer as to how, even if it may not be the right one. Any alterations of pivotal moments in the series are now possible. Any characters could now return at any stage of their life. That is now possible too. Also meaning potential inconsistencies become far more likely and a previously seamless narrative may now become frayed. When you step back and look at it from the Disney perspective though, this edition allows for the return of old characters, impacting the gravity and outcomes established in previous stories. Sacrifices that once meant so much can now be undone in a matter of seconds. It has spurred extensive discussions and contemplations among fans, pondering the implications of such a significant shift in the series' narrative. I mean, it could also change something like the entire sequel trilogy, but the chance of Disney doing something like that is obviously almost non-existent. For better or for worse, the Worlds Between Worlds is here to stay now with its inclusion in the Ahsoka show too. It ventures boldly into expanding the depth of the Force and unveiling new narrative avenues, albeit at the risk of complicating the established storylines like I have said. This initiative marks a bold evolution in the Star Wars narrative, or it is just giving everyone a way to become that little bit lazier when wanted. Despite all that though, seeing some live action Clone Wars scenes like Anakin in his armor, I absolutely love it. However, so long as it is not taken too far. Obviously though, I will say here, things may have evolved with the release of new Ahsoka episodes after I have recorded this, which is why I haven't discussed it in too much of a great detail here. I hope that the World Between Worlds doesn't become a central focus to everything, and losing access to it in the future may just be for the best of the entire universe. But let's watch and find out what evolves in the future. And so there we have it, the World Between Worlds, the one that is introduced in the Star Wars Rebels series that has brought a fascinating yet potentially perplexing element to the Star Wars universe. This mystical space, connecting various timelines, opens up boundless opportunities for narrative exploration, allowing for unexpected twists and revivals. Yet, this also introduces serious moral dilemmas and potential narrative inconsistencies, as it holds the power to alter well-established events and character arcs significantly. As we venture into this new chapter with the inclusion of this concept in the Ahsoka series, we hope it enhances the depth and complexity of the narrative without overshadowing the core essence of the Star Wars saga. Let's stay tuned to see how this bold innovation unfolds, hoping it just adds to the stories that we get and doesn't take anything away from it.